Students at schools and universities across the country will leave their classrooms as part of the National School Walkout tomorrow morning. The 17-minute action will honor the 17 victims of the Stoneman Douglas High School shooting in Florida last month. Participants are protesting existing gun laws and demanding change. In her latest New York Times article, psychologist and CBS News contributor Lisa Damour explains why activism could be good for kids. Lisa joins us at the table. Lisa, good morning.
Good morning.
So tell us what the studies show about activism.
So this new study that came out not that long ago shows that teenagers who participate in activism go on to higher levels of education and higher incomes than teenagers who don't. And the really remarkable thing about this study is that this was true even when they accounted for those teenagers' early grades in school and their parents' education levels, which are usually the factors that drive later success. So it doesn't prove that activism actually, leads to high achievement, but it makes a very strong case for it.
Why do you think that's true?
Well, so here's what the researchers thought. They thought that kids who get engaged in activism do three things. They may develop professional skills, it may plug them into social networks, and it also may develop their beliefs in their own capacities.
I also love this idea of it. It encourages them to see possibilities in the future. Talk about that a little bit more broadly with adolescents, because when you think about the It Gets Better campaign and other things, isn't it about teaching them, hey, it's not all what's happening today. Life is long. It
is. And I think, people are thinking, well, okay, so what does it mean just to walk out of school for 17 minutes? What difference is that going to make? And I think that the way we want to think about it is if it plugs them into ongoing engagement, if it makes them think about broad social causes, that's good for teenagers. I think another way we think about it is that we're always complaining that they're on their phones, they're obsessed with themselves, they're disconnected from the world, so I think...
That's also true.
That is sometimes true. That is sometimes true. But I think that when they're saying we want to be engaged, we want to be connected, we want to be connected to students around the country, I think that that's something we need to think carefully about the implications.
The study also showed how voting and volunteering affects physical and mental health differently than activism. That's really interesting, right?
This is interesting. So they looked at three forms of civic engagement. They looked at voting, volunteering, and activism. All three conferred these later benefits to achievement and income. Activism alone actually was also connected to higher levels of risky behavior. So that one was interesting. So the researchers, in explaining that, they had a couple of ideas. One was, they said, historically, activists have sometimes belonged to counterculture groups where maybe risky behavior is more typical. That may be less true, when now the students tomorrow are expressing, in many ways, a widely held view. They also said that activism is frustrating, and that people who are heavily engaged in activism may become, sort of frustrated and turn to smoking or drinking.
But inherent in activism is a backlash as well.
Well, activism is about disagreement. Yeah, and we need to prepare teenagers
And what's
for
the response? Yeah.
How do parents help without ruining it the way we do everything?
That's right. I mean, I think there can be the sense of your parent is cheering you on. Is it still activism? I think that we don't make it about the parent-child relationship. We make it about connecting to other teenagers, connecting to a broader cause, connecting to something the teenagers engaged in for their own reasons and for their own sort of motivations.
And prepare them for the backlash, you say, but let them know, too, this is a good thing.
It is a good thing, and that they also have to disagree in ways that are constructive and respectful.
All right. Thank you very much, Lisa Damour. Always good to have you here.
Thank you.